one day somebody does something unspeakable to someone else, to someone you hardly knew, and you do something about it because you can.
This story comes to us from 11 Alive. A family is outraged after their dog was shot and killed when Cobb County police officers responded to their home near Powder Springs on Monday night. Cobb County Police said two officers responded to a call for help in the area of Macklin Road near Corner Road around 8:40 p.m. Monday night. The police department said in a statement that information provided indicated that a voice was heard shouting, "Help me," on a 911 only cell phone. When the officers responded, they began searching the area and ended up at a home on Macklin Road where they walked up to the front door and began talking to the homeowners, the department said. Cobb County Police then said the family dogs began to leave the home, and despite the homeowners' attempts at restraining them, one of the dogs ran toward the officers. The officer perceived the dog's actions as potentially threatening and ultimately ended up shooting and killing the dog in an effort to protect himself, according to the police department. The family, Tessa and Justin Carr, took to social media to explain their side of the story. Tessa explained that she, her husband, and her 3 children were all at home around 9 p.m. when they heard the doorbell ring. She said when her husband opened the door, he said he saw blue flashing lights and announced that there were police officers outside. She explained that the glass screen door on the front door didn't latch, and her 2 dogs, Zeta and Hank, followed him outside. She said she was able to get Hank inside, but Zeta followed her husband out to where the officers were. They said Zeta walked down the steps to get closer and then barked and growled to police officers. Zeta don't like cops either. Tessa explained this was not unusual behavior from her bird dog lab mix. Zeta will come towards you and bark, but will not get close enough to someone she deems dangerous nor allow them to touch her, she said in the Facebook post. Tessa said she was heading back inside when she heard Justin scream, "Don't shoot her!" That's when Tessa said she heard one of the officers open fire on their dog Zeta. She described that's when her husband said, "Why did you shoot her? She was just barking at you." In the post, Tessa also responded to Cobb County's police statement about why they were there on the property regarding the 911 call. Tessa claimed that her family was not at home when the screaming happened and that her dogs were in their crates, so the police officers were at the wrong house. She also said her neighbors are her mother and her cousin, and they were not screaming either, suggesting the officers were not in the correct location. Tessa explained that her 3 kids were outside after Zeta had been shot and said her kids watched their dog die in front of their home. Quote, "There were many tears shed last night over the loss of our girl. She meant the world to our family and people not in our family. My kids have so many questions and I have so little answers. We're vulnerable. We're sick. We want our pup back." Tessa says, "I want to know what the Cobb County Police Department's training looks like for situations like these. Most of all, I want to know who's going to make this right for my family, my friends, and most of all, Zeta." And there you go. Another incident where a dog runs out and barks and the cops shoot him. Her. I don't get it, man. What is going on with cops shooting dogs? Like, oh, threat! Oh, that was so close. That dog was like 10 feet from me, growling. When I was in animal control, I had dogs get right in my face, dude. And you know what I did? I talked, and I might sound weird doing this, but I was like, beep, 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 come on, no. And the dog would be like, "What's wrong with you, man?" And then I didn't get bit. How about that? But see, cops aren't trained to be like that. Cops are trained, hey, you come at me, you're getting shot. or tased. You know what I mean? Why can't cops go, don't you do it? And the dog will back up and go, what the hell's wrong with you, man? When I was an animal control officer, I once had 6 chow chows. And these were big chow chows too. These weren't like little chow chows. And if you don't know what a chow chow is, it's a big fuzzy hairball. That's what it is, with a flat snout. It is literally a chow chow, big fuzzy, like a big bear, really. And a lot of people in San Bernardino that have chow chows, especially among the Hispanic community, they name their dog Oso. Not kidding. I'm telling you the truth, which means bear. So, but I had these 6 chow chows surrounding me. I mean, they were snapping at me. And I had my catch pole, and I'm like, and we ended up impounding all 6 dogs. The call was they were chasing kids up and down the street. These were mean mother effers. But why can't cops do that? They have a baton. Hey, because it's easier to just shoot them, you know. And these cops will be justified. Well, they perceived a threat. And they're cops. They're police. What are they hiring? Cowards now in Cobb County? They're hiring wussies.